Hello everyone, welcome to Community Distance Reiki. I'm Danielle Stimpson of Learn Reiki Philadelphia. I hope you're doing well today. If you are new here, go ahead and click that live chat button. Feel free to introduce yourself and make any requests for your personal healing or wellness or anything that you're working on to call into your life. We're going to go ahead and start things off by building a beautiful crystal grid exactly to all of your requests. And after that, I will slowly explain what Reiki is, and then we will jump right into the Reiki healing. It's so wonderful to have you all here today. If you are joining me as watching this on the replay, hello from the past. You can, if you want to skip ahead just to the Reiki, go to approximately the little bit before the 1 hour mark, or where you see the lights begin to shift, and you can begin your journey there. Those of you who are returning, it's wonderful to see you again. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your ongoing support. It's so good to see you all. Let's go ahead and dive right into the grid. Just a heads up, I do have all this month, I do have a Reiki 1 class that is on Wednesday evenings that is right after this live stream. So we definitely do have to get started on the Reiki no later than like 5 to 5 to make sure everything lines up right. So we've got a good solid hour to put together the beautiful grid that all of you need and want. It's so good to have y'all. So also, if you want to know more about me, my live online Reiki certification courses, if you want to schedule a one-on-one distance healing or tarot reading, or if you want to shop my Reiki charge crystals, head on over to learnreikiphiladelphia.com. It's linked in the description, as is all of my social media. So let's go ahead, take a peek at that grid, and say hello to everyone. Awesome. So let me just adjust my microphone. Sorry. There we go. I cleaned my desk and now everything's out of sorts. It's good to see you all. Vic, Violet Integration, Ritu, welcome in. Welcome in. It's good to see you all. So go ahead, let me know any intentions that you happen to have. And let's see, we've got... And my day is going well, thank you. Let's see, Violet Integration, I hope you're doing well. Intention of emotional ease and acceptance of what is. You got it. You got it. So let's go ahead and bring in some Moocite first, and okay, so here's some stones for you. We're going to start things off with Moocite. This is wonderful for acceptance, accepting change, accepting that things will be different. This stone also goes by Australia Jasper, so you can see it a little bit better here. It comes in a great variety of colors like a lot of Jaspers tend to. This is also great for making decisions, especially if making decisions is really tied to accepting change. Sometimes it's when we don't want things to be true, it's especially hard to make those decisions. It's also wonderful for calming digestion, bladder pain, and it's thought to give a little bit of an immune boost. So that is Moocite. Next is black onyx. So this helps to ground fear, anxiety, and it helps with self-doubt and self-esteem. But more than anything, and I know because you were here yesterday, this can be very helpful for grief. So, and also connection to the ancestors, which I think both are applicable to you. So it's also for those of you who might be interested in stones that are protective energetically. Black onyx is superb for that. So anytime you're doing any work around your ancestors or want to feel close to them, anytime that you're moving through grief, black onyx has long been utilized to help ease the grief process. So I'll bring that in there. And most importantly, for the emotional ease that you requested, I would love to bring in some blue calcite for you. This is one of my more favorite emotional first aid stones. It's incredibly reassuring and uplifting. It's very soothing. It helps to soothe all kinds of emotional pain. It helps to verbalize what you're feeling, because sometimes it's hard to even put words to really deep emotions. But this can help you to verbalize it so that you can get it out. It also helps bring healing, revelations, and clarity, moments of clarity amidst all of the chaos. And it can also help you with making decisions while you're still grieving, which can be so hard. So there we go. So that is some blue calcite. I hope that that helps. Let me know if there's anything else I can add, and lots of love to you and your family. Hey Rue, it's good to see you. And you're welcome, Violet Integration. Ah, gotcha. I will get to everybody's request, or at least I will try to, but I will definitely get to everything that's listed here so far. So let's go with Vic, self-love, self-acceptance, peace at home, wisdom. Okay, cool. So let's do self-love and self-acceptance. So fuchsite and blue kyanite. Let's start with the blue kyanite. This is radical self-acceptance is usually how I describe it. This is a stone that I feel like the best way to approach self-healing is, like, first of all, wherever you can take the first bite is the best place to go. But the sooner you can really show yourself acceptance and love for everything that you are, the sooner it becomes easier to heal different things. Reason is that when we love and cherish ourselves exactly as we are, we're not judging ourselves as deeply or as harshly when we acknowledge that something needs to shift or change. It's like, I love myself and I'm doing something that is having a negative impact on my life or on someone else, and so I'm going to change that. It's a very grounded and rooted place to be when you're making changes. This is very helpful for that. Loving and respecting yourself exactly as you are. This is also a wonderful stone to help you if you are struggling to understand any kind of spiritual messages. This is one that can help you to understand anything from dreams to tarot readings to what's coming up in your meditations, whatever the case might be. Blue kyanite. And for self-care and things, fuchsite is one of the favorite ones. This is a stone that encourages you to really let go and allow yourself to play and enjoy something that is fun, create space in your life for that kind of healing, because it is very healing to find time for play. It also is helpful for inner child work for sure. It helps with spinal alignment, sleep disturbances, and it's thought to help carpal tunnel. So that is fuchsite. And amazonite is wonderful for self-care. This is one that reminds us that we really do need self-care, especially the folks that tend to think of others before themselves. It also says, hey, I deserve really good quality, high caliber care. The same kind of care and concern I would show others, I absolutely deserve that in return. It's also wonderful for the spine and spinal nerves. So if you're having any back pain, if you have sciatica, things like that, this is thought to be supportive in helping that. So, and of course, I don't feel like crystals replace anything else in your wellness kit. I feel like meds, yes. Doctors, yes. All the things, yes. All the things that feel good to you, yes, do them. And crystals are a complement to everything, as is Reiki. There's no need to do one or the other. Like, it doesn't need to be an instead of, so you can just bring it into everything else that is working for you. And we've got a little Hattie cat. Hello. Hello. She may come up and visit. How you doing? How you doing? You want to come up? Come on up. Okay. she's on the fence. Let's see what we got. Okay. And we've got peace at home for sure. Do some carnelian. Sinus pain and pressure for Rue. Come on up. Okay, so let's do some emerald for that. You want to say hi? Okay. So emerald is wonderful for every aspect of bronchitis, lungs, upper respiratory, and definitely sinuses as well. It can be very helpful for everything from allergies to bronchitis to air quality issues, all of the above. It's also wonderful for healing skin and tissue. So if you have any injuries or anything like that, this can be quite helpful. It also helps to restore confidence about one's appearance, especially if you've been teased in the past. So we will go ahead and bring that in. It's also a great stone if you feel like you've kind of lost your passion for life or some aspect of it. This can help reignite that and shake off that kind of stagnant vibe. So emerald. And for good home, especially for your housemates and you, Vic, I'm going to bring in some carnelian. This helps with relationships all around because it's very connected with the sacral chakra, which is the relationship center in the energy field. So this is how we relate to everyone and everything around us. It's definitely romantic relationships and even calling in romantic partners if that's an intention you have, but for any group of people that you're working with. So this could be people you literally work with, like colleagues, it can be housemates, it can be family members, all of the above. It's also great for cold, allergy, and wound healing, as well as fertility and creativity. And anything around sexuality, sexual function, and dysfunction too. It's a very highly regarded stone for many good reasons, and it is beautiful. Very deep orange. I'm also going to bring in Dalmatian Jasper for this. Dalmatian Jasper felt intuitively like it wanted to come out for you, and it does have an aspect that really helps with energy clearing as well as holding a really good space for cooperation, which can be wonderful for housemates. This is actually black tourmaline running through Jasper, and black tourmaline helps to dispel and break up and repel kind of negative energy. So with it running through this, it's sort of like it's deep cleaning your energy field and everyone else's too. So it kind of like just removes some things, some old stagnant and also like just heavy energy that we might not need. This kind of does like a light cleaning for us. It's also great for breaking down cynicism, as well as any kind of digestive disorder, from IBS to Crohn's to you name it. I have celiac myself, which thankfully is largely controlled by diet, and I'm so grateful that I discovered it when I did. So, but this can be really helpful if I have any issues with that, if I accidentally eat the wrong thing, which is very rare. I basically only cook for myself. But yeah, so I hope that helps. Hey Chris, hope your vacation's going well. Awesome. Oh, I've got a little cat here doing air biscuits. Yeah, air biscuits. It's an air biscuits kind of day. Cool. So I usually know a little bit of what Chris requests. So let me see if I can grab a few. Rose quartz can be really, really helpful when it comes to the heart chakra and welcoming love, especially unconditional love, into your heart. This is a stone that I think gets overlooked often. It is quite potent. One of the more favorite ways that I like to work with it is to keep it nearby whenever I'm doing work around letting go of what no longer serves. It's a lot easier to let something go when it feels like there's something there that can take its place. That's better. And rose quartz is very consistent and it's very strong, unconditional love. So it makes it a lot easier to let go of the things that we're processing. So I'm going to bring that in. And iolite is helpful for weight loss, if that happens to be an intention of yours. It's also great for any kind of clairvoyance, so shamanic work, visionary meditation, anytime that we're using our spiritual sight. This can be a really helpful stone. It's also great for money management, and it's thought to be really helpful for fever. It's also one that is very helpful for sleep. Very, very helpful for sleep. Next, I'm going to go ahead and grab some sapphire. Sapphire is wonderful for channeling. And this is a very angelic stone, one that can help you to connect to your spirit guides, helpers, and angels as well. But this is one that can definitely help if any of you happen to be mediums who get messages for other people. This is a wonderful stone, not only of connection, but of finding the best possible words for your querent to help them get the words and the version of the impression you're getting that's most meaningful to them. So it can almost help you translate in that sense. It's also helpful for speedy justice, for the thyroid. It's thought to be helpful for dementia, both for people with and the caregiving side of things, as well as the eyes and the ears, and envisioning really positive change in the midst, like envisioning really positive outcomes in times of considerable change. So we'll bring that in. Awesome. So good to see you, Chris. We'll do some garnet, green aventurine. Got it. Garnet is one of my favorite stones, which is not entirely surprising because I'm a Capricorn sun. Garnet can be a wonderful resource anytime that you're looking to organize or streamline or use your energy better or get more done with less time. It helps you to see new ways of doing things and get really creative about it. And it really brings to mind how so many folks are finding new ways to use AI with scruples, use AI with like in a healthy way to help them make more of their time. And in that way, this can help you, use new tools, new things, cutting edge stuff to do things you've been doing for a really long time and shake it up and see how you can make it better. It's great for creativity and courage, as well as being practical. And it's excellent for organization. So if you're looking to do some like late spring, midsummer organizing, garnet is a wonderful resource. There we go. Green aventurine is a stone that helps you to lovingly start to see a new version of yourself. A lot of times when we've grown a lot, we tend to think of ourselves as the same us that was without all of the progress we've made. This is a stone that helps you to kind of get a broader vision of who you are, see yourself as having a greater potential than you may have imagined previous. It also helps with heart rhythms, allergies, as well as eye problems and fertility. This is also one that can encourage you if you feel like you're intimidated by doing something new. I often think about this when folks are like, oh, I'm so nervous about doing the tech side of things, or, ooh, I don't think I can learn how to do that. This is a stone that I would say to work with because it reminds you like, hey, let's give it a shot. Who says you can't do this? You just haven't done it before. Let's give it a shot. So, green aventurine. Very encouraging. Very, very encouraging. Oh, you're working on your clairvoyance mastery course? Oh, so fun. I'm so happy for you. That sounds awesome. Hey, Catherine, I hope you're doing well. Let's do some Moonstone and some Rhodonite. Sorry if you just heard my neck crack. Rhodonite, actually this might help with sinuses to some extent too, for Rue. And this will definitely help violet integration with emotional stuff too. Rhodonite is a stone that can help with healing the cracks of a broken heart so that you can open your heart to love again. It is very supportive. It helps with things like, it's often considered the breakup stone or the divorce stone, but this can also be good for someone passing away for sure. It helps with unrequited love. It also helps with insecurities, as well as anyone that is recovering from emotional abuse. It's wonderful for allergies, autoimmune stuff, and asthma, all three of which definitely apply to me. And I wear it all the time. I'm wearing Rhodonite right now. The Rhodonite that I'm wearing is actually crematory jewelry. It's got ashes in it, but love Rhodonite. So I'll put that in there. Moonstone helps us to connect to not only the moon, but of course the moon, but also with all of the cycles and rhythms and patterns of nature. The moon controls the tides, and the tides impact so many things. Moonstone I often think of as being very connected with the High Priestess. It's knowingness, it's wisdom, it's feeling what's happening, knowing what's going to happen next. It's someone who has observed for a long time. This is also a stone that helps with connection to ancient wisdom and also spiritual techniques and spiritual truths, as well as coming into balance in oneself in a way that impacts your intuition. It's also superb for women's health and protection of women, connection with the divine feminine, and connection with, well, really trusting divine timing, even when divine timing really isn't your own timing. It's helpful for women's health too. So we will bring this in. That is Moonstone. Moonstone can look a whole lot of different ways. It's a beautiful stone, however it shows up to the party though. Speaking to your spirit guides, I can absolutely bring that in. A big one to help with that is Sapphire, which we just put in. Helpful for connection to your angels, your spirit guides, and clairvoyance as well, your spiritual sight. But this is a very high vibrational stone of intuition and hearing your guides. And actually, Chris is working on some of that stuff too. And I'll get to the rest of Chris's too. Let's go ahead and bring in Chevron Amethyst. This is wonderful for channeling, connecting with your spirit guides and helpers. What's different between Amethyst and Chevron Amethyst are, if you take a close look at those white lines that are going through it, or in one case the gray line, looks like it's making a V. If these specimens were larger, it would be a full chevron, like a zigzag. And that's thought to take the already deep spiritual nature of amethyst and bring it up several octaves. It's thought to help take what we want to say and communicate to our spirit guides and helpers and bring it up, and it's thought to help facilitate the bringing down of the response. So this can be very helpful. It's great for any kind of visionary work like clairvoyance. It's also wonderful for tolerance of others, as well as things like shamanic journeying, psychopomp work, any of that kind of stuff. So there you go. Also a good one that can support that is Pyrite. Pyrite is also wonderful for financial abundance. And in this economy, let's all get on that train. Yeah, Pyrite is also known as fool's gold. And it actually does form in these beautiful, like, square crystals, just like this. This is a stone that I like to summarize it as fool's gold brings the real gold. It does attract financial abundance, but it's also helpful for intuition, especially like opening your intuition, and also protection at the same time. So if it feels like, yes, I want to hear this, and I don't want to hear these other things, if that feels like that's a difficult two sides of a coin to kind of hold at the same time, this stone can help support that. It's also great for the brain and memory as well as lungs. So we will bring in pyrite. Actually, I'm going to move these up. There we go. Awesome. You're welcome, Catherine, and all the best to you. And paradigm shift. I like that. Some good ones for that. I'm going to bring in a few more of Chris's. Herkimer is also one that can help support intuition. It also empowers manifestation and being in the present moment. This is one that can aid with metabolism, psychic ability. It can harmonize discordant energies. So Vic, this may be very helpful for your housemate situation as well. And it's just also connecting to divinity. So this can be very helpful for a few of you. But yeah, we will bring that in. Herkimer diamond, which is not a diamond, but a quartz. It is a natural double terminated, meaning 2-point quartz that have formed in the Herkimer, New York region of the US. We've also got lapis and malachite. Malachite can be really helpful for letting go of the pain of the past so you can better embrace your future, and also just letting go in general. It's especially helpful for the very bittersweet letting go, especially the more bitter. I like to think of the different shades of green kind of undulating in these specimens to support the idea of the heart chakra, which is green, and moving energy through that center so that it can be worked on, released, and let go of. It's also helpful for things like inflammation, arthritis. It's thought to support the health of the liver and the pancreas. It's also great for depression, anxiety, and just in general processing really difficult emotions. I often will use this to help clients that are struggling with phobias as well. And lapis. Lapis is great for pain and inflammation, and it's also superb for quite a few things, but in a word, integrity. This is a stone of good, clear, open, honest communication, and also career movement in the upward direction, decidedly. This is a stone that can help you to say, okay, this is where I'm at. Okay, I'm going to meet this goal. Okay, I'm not going to meet this goal, and this is what's going on and why, and just basically becoming that person that has good follow through and good communication skills. It's also great for personal responsibility and also aids disorganization, and it's thought to be very helpful for things like vertigo and even in some cases hearing loss. So we will bring in this beautiful lapis. There we go. Oh, thrift shopping. It's my favorite. That's my favorite. Almost everything I have is, this chair I'm sitting on is thrift. We have an awesome little vintage shop that there's a few locations around Philly called Jinxed. And it's one of those rocking chairs that has the internal spring so you don't roll over your cat's tail. It's very comfy. It's very, very comfy. It's loud, it's creaky, but it is comfy. But yeah, the lamp here, almost everything I have is thrifted, so I love thrift shopping. Awesome. And let's see, paradigm shift. I'm thinking about that. There's some good ones for that. Cool. I'm also going to bring in these to make sure I don't forget these requests from Chris. Snowflake obsidian. Cool. I think we got it all. Oh, rutilated. So for a paradigm shift, I think I can help that and support the request for connecting to spirit guides with Prenight. Prenight is a stone that helps with any spiritual teachings and the facilitation of that knowledge. So whether you're teaching or learning, it can be very helpful for that. So this will definitely help Chris while you're doing your studies on vacation. It also aids meditation and helps to stop a wandering mind if that comes up for you while you meditate. It helps aid lucid dreaming, prophecy, divination, mediumship, connecting with your guides. Also thought to be helpful for things like anemia and the kidneys, and refusing unfair demands if you have a hard time saying no. There is Prenight. And in addition to that, picture Jasper. Really helpful. This is a stone that helps us to get a very big picture kind of way of looking at things and looking at future potential. It helps us to basically get a picture, like to brainstorm the future. It helps with new ventures, new adventures. It helps with finding fears that might be in your way and holding you back so that you can release that. It also helps with things like moving abroad, opening yourself up to new cultures. It can definitely help you open up to new ways of thinking, new means of approach for different things. It's definitely a stone of like pulling back from life and getting into kind of like a bird's eye view and thinking like, okay, what other opportunities have I kind of overlooked and what can I get from trying to see what's there. So picture Jasper for sure. So let's go ahead and bring picture Jasper around. I love working with picture Jasper. Whoop. It's also thought to be helpful for the kidneys. And I hope that that helps. Oh, you're welcome, Kanta. Angela, welcome in. You have a huge interview today at 6 p.m. Confidence in yourself. You're struggling so hard with feeling self-doubt. Absolutely, we can help that. Black onyx is great for self-confidence and releasing self-doubt, but we've got some other ones on that too. Let's see. Let's do that and okay, cool. Okay, cool. So we'll start with some Sunstone. Sunstone it definitely helps with moving up in your career. Definitely helpful for that right out of the gate, but it's also wonderful for expanding your vision of who you are and what you can be to a much greater extent. It kind of picks up where Aventurine left off in that regard. This is one that helps you with recognition, luck, fame, being seen for who you are. If you're going on something like a job interview, this is one that can help you to be noticed and be seen and kind of stand out among the other applicants. It helps with things like marketing yourself or a business. So a job interview is very much marketing yourself. It's great for helping with phobias if you happen to struggle with any of those. And just in general, like I said, career opportunities and motivation. So we will bring that in. And the next is another one that's really great at self-confidence and everything with the solar plexus, and that's yellow calcite. This is filled with joy and optimism as well, but it empowers the center of self-confidence. So here's what that looks like. That's yellow calcite. This helps with everything from the solar plexus, from self-identity to boundaries, but also your free will and saying, this is me, I'm proud of who I am and what I bring to the world. I'm confident and I can't wait to share that with you. It's a wonderful stone for that. It also helps release the need for the approval of others and feeling confident enough within yourself to stand there and say, I have this, I know it's correct, or I know it's done. Also, priorities based on your desires rather than the desires of others. So it's very empowering, and all the best to you. Another stone that can be helpful on your job interview is lapis. That's wonderful for career advancement and also for really good integrity, like open, honest communication, helping you to articulate things that you want to share, set really good, reasonable expectations, and hopefully set a tone that impacts the other in that way as well. So all the best to you. Good luck. So glad to have you here. Yeah, absolutely. All the best. Hey, Joanna. Fiat Luna. I hope you both are well. You have issues with Eva who wants to play all the time. Gotcha. Well, definitely I see a request here for leopard skin Jasper, which is helpful for everything that can support our animal friends. So let's do some leopard skin Jasper. Moocite we have in there, and jet, absolutely. So Moocite is here. That's great for those just coming in. Moocite is helpful for accepting change and making decisions. It also can be very empowering when it comes to it's helpful for like digestive support, bladder pain. It's thought to also support your immune system. So we've got that. Jet is a very potent grief stone. So this is also going to help violet integration. This helps with grief and loss. This is a type of fossilized wood, particularly a type of fossilized wood that didn't die and then slowly over time turned to stone. This is a type of wood that was hit with an intense, tremendous heat, usually volcanic in nature, and it's caused the wood to basically fossilize right there on the spot, and that's what this is. It's excellent with grief. It helps you to go deep into the grief, be present with it, be able to truly process your feelings, but without overwhelm or totally shutting down and numbing out. It's also very protective, especially against really not great energy or what some people might term paranormal. But this is also a wonderful stone for things like hospice, whether you work with hospice for animals like you do, or for someone you know and love and care about, or if that's your chosen line of work, whatever the case might be, jet can be wonderful for it. So we'll bring that in. It is my favorite stone to give to someone after they've lost someone. And leopard skin Jasper, everything to do with our beautiful animals. This is a stone that helps us not only to connect with and help to heal and support our animal companions, but it also helps us to connect with our animal guides. It's helpful for attracting a soulmate too, and it's great for anything impacting the skin, coordination and balance, and anything that's parasitic in nature, which generally in our current society, animals get impacted by that more than humans tend to. But we'll go ahead and bring in the leopard skin Jasper. I love working with leopard skin Jasper. I know that all of the dogs and cats that show up to this on a regular basis seem to love it. My cats love it. There we go. And it's good to see you. Glad you're taking care of yourself and you're doing so many amazing things. Helping with animal hospice is not easy. And let's see, we had a couple other requests for Chris. And so Chris had requested obsidian. And so I'm going to go ahead and bring in some snowflake obsidian. This can help with guilt, especially misplaced guilt or feeling really guilty about something to the point that we feel stuck in it and we can't move forward. It's like we feel like we don't deserve anything. And that's often just not helping us to address whatever the cause or whatever the root is of the guilt. It's also helpful for recognizing patterns that you have that are holding you back and how to reorganize them. It helps to calm overstimulation and balance the body, mind, and spirit connections. It's great for balance, serenity, and inner peace, as well as clairaudience, which is our spiritual hearing, and hope after any kind of loss. So we're going to bring in snowflake obsidian. Catherine, you wanted to bring in some healing for your daughter. She has one heck of a cold. And your dog who has allergies and a sore under his neck. Absolutely. For your dog who has the sore under his neck, definitely leopard skin Jasper. And for skin healing and stuff, emerald. As well as carnelian. Carnelian is also great for colds. I'm going to also, and so is, emerald. But I'm also going to bring in some moss agate for her. Moss agate is used often in Chinese medicine, and it's thought to help anything that has wind. That means anything that's spreading through the body quickly, something that shouldn't be in the body, like bacteria, virus, fungal infection, whatever the case might be. It's also a very spiritual stone. It helps with connection to nature. It helps us to work through fears around the unknown, as well as connect to any kind of part work we might be doing, like inner child or higher self. It's also wonderful for unconditional love and connection to spirit. So that's moss agate. Okay. For Chris, this one will also be helpful for Catherine's daughter too. This is rutilated quartz. Rutilated quartz, I know it's a little hard to see on the camera, but it looks like clear quartz, like with these sparkles in it. Those almost look like fine hairs. They can be silvery or goldish or bronze-like. These rutils are thought to basically direct energy to where it's most needed in any kind of healing event. It's also thought to help bring physical energy when you are really depleted, whether you've been sick or just really run down. This can really help give you a boost of energy. It's often thought of as a beautiful gift for anyone with cancer because it helps to, it was seen as like a good intention stone of all those treatments you're getting. I really hope it goes to where it needs to go. Here's a stone that is thought to focus energy, including healing energy. So rutilated. So we'll put these here and here. And awesome. Does zebra jasper have the same healing properties as the Dalmatian jasper? It doesn't, but I haven't worked with zebra jasper. Let's see. Let's look it up. The Crystal Handbook by Cassandra Eason. So Let's see, it's probably under Jasper. It's definitely different. So here, Cassandra Eason writes that this is helpful to reduce stress, activate fight back mechanism, gallbladder, kidneys, skin and bones, teeth, gums, muscle spasms, and heart irregularities. Emotional healing assists us to look at life in an optimistic way while also giving strength to deal with the causes of stress and to resist falling into apathy. Yeah, it also mentions being good for like follow through and seeing things through to their completion. Oh yeah, there's a couple of great stones I recommend, a couple of great stone books I recommend. I should put together my Amazon storefront with all of them, but this one has pictures and information about myriad different stones. This is the Complete Crystal Handbook by Cassandra Eason. And then the other author I really like is Philip Permut. Yeah, and I just read about Zebra Jasper on request of Chris. It's good to see you, Patty. Yeah, that was Zebra Jasper, which I've never worked with before, so now I kind of want to go find some and work with it a little bit. But yeah, they are really fun. Okay. Let's also do, yeah, to smell and breathe through the nose, definitely emerald, which is there. Emotional stability, you got it. I know I usually use lepidolite, but for today it just feels like septarian wants to come out. So this is also great for muscle pain and spasm, but for emotional work, this is good for emotional growth. It helps us to work through the difficulties and the challenges that are coming up in a way that is helpful and insightful, so that you can see the root causes and what's really underneath it, so that you can feel safe enough to feel vulnerable, so that you can get to the place where you feel like you can do the emotional work. It also is helpful in understanding everything that's going on. It supports the solar plexus, the center of self-identity, and also good with skin wounds and lesions. So also good for the request for I believe it was Catherine's dog. Yeah, Catherine's dog. So that is septarian, which also goes by dragon's egg. Hi, Lisa. Yeah, Zebra Jasper's cool. So I have a class that's starting at 5:30. So we need to start the Reiki in about 5 minutes. So I'm just going to put a couple of quick stones down. Let's see. Yeah, we've got some good ones in there too. Let's do, Lisa, I hope you're doing well. Got... You have a ½ kilogram of Zebra Jasper? Oh, awesome. That would be so cool. Thank you. All right, so let's bring in some citrine for some financial abundance, because I know we all could use that. So this is citrine. Like I said, financial abundance, but also making good financial decisions with the abundance that we currently do have. It helps balance logic with intuition, so you can really use both sides together to really unlock your full potential. It helps with fibromyalgia, nausea, and also addictions and compulsions. So that is citrine. And oh my goodness, it just started pouring. Right here in Philadelphia, it is pouring. Fine with me, but just surprising. I'm going to put a little bit more in of this too. And hey JS, I hope you are good too. And last I'm going to put in some blue apatite. Blue apatite helps with losing weight, gaining weight, or just having a much healthier relationship with food. It also helps with there we go. It also helps with discovering your soul's purpose and having the courage to follow it, as well as helps to strengthen your auric field or your energy field so that you are less inclined to take on energy that doesn't belong to you. Also helps with embodying harmony and peace. So that is blue apatite. There we go. Mom's dizziness, COVID, Lyme. So dizziness, definitely lapis and leopard skin jasper. COVID and Lyme, we have moss agate. Sister's eye, aventurine. Brother's heart, will do unikite. This helps the cardiac function as well as circulation. It's wonderful for the heart. It's also absolutely wonderful for everything that has to do with women's health and hormone balance, as well as addictions, things like quitting smoking especially, as well as pregnancy, healthy pregnancy, fertility, and labor. Oh yeah, thank you for the reminder. Don't forget to hit the like button, y'all. Okay. Continued recovery from arthritis and nerve impingement on the spine, the SI joint. We have Amazonite in here, which is great for the spine and spinal nerves. Arthritis, malachite, but I'm also going to bring in blue lace agate. This is great for arthritis, as well as fractures. It helps sore throats, skin allergies, and tension headaches, and it's excellent for helping you express emotions, things that are difficult to say, as well as like difficult for you to say, or things that might be difficult for the other person to hear, and so you're trying to soften your words. So this can be very helpful. So that's blue lace agate. And JS, navigating boundaries, definitely yellow calcite. Finding peace and protection and finding a job, absolutely. We have another, Angela was looking for support with that. She's got a job interview today and you're going to crush it. So we've got finding peace, definitely snowflake obsidian, sorry. Finding peace. Protection is absolutely black onyx is very protective, as well as jet can be very protective, and pyrite. And finding a job, we had a couple of good stones for that, including orange sunstone. I'm going to go ahead and put tourmalinated quartz out there, and then we've got to get into the Reiki so that we can finish on time for me to meet my class. So let's do... Tourmalinated quartz is quartz with black tourmaline running through it. One of the things that's incredibly helpful for is finding either a new job or a new passive income stream or a new side hustle or a new gig or any kind of new stream of revenue coming in. It can be very helpful. It also breaks up really old stuck energy. It's thought to be helpful for the heart and blockages there, any kind of scar tissue in the body, but also, and most importantly, emotional scar tissue. Very old stuck energy, including things from childhood. This is thought to help break it up and release it. It's also very protective of travelers. So we will bring this in. So let's go ahead and I'm going to put this here and here. Oh, actually, I'll put this here and here. So if you could, everybody head on into the chat and help me lift the energy to lift the energy of all of your individual spaces, of the grid, and of the communal space as well. Just go ahead and share anything that you're grateful for, anything at all. And I'm going to go ahead and quickly explain what Reiki is, a little of how it works, how to make the most of your session, and then we're going to get into the healing. So as I said at the beginning of the stream, my name is Danielle Stimpson. I'm the owner of Learn Reiki Philadelphia. If you want to learn more about me, my live online Reiki certification courses, if you want to schedule a one-on-one distance service or tarot reading, or if you would like to shop my crystal collection, go ahead and visit learnreikiphiladelphia.com, which is linked in the description, along with all of my social media and my email newsletter. So Reiki has become kind of a catch-all term for energy healing, but specifically I work with Usui Reiki. Usui Reiki is named after this tradition's founder, Mikao Usui, and he created this particular practice in the early 1920s in Japan when teaching anything that even looked like religion was strictly forbidden. This gives us a really unique opportunity to have a deeply spiritual practice that is completely secular and open for everyone's interpretations. The very concept of what energy is at its very core and foundation in the Usui practice, for that, we're best to look at Shintoism. That's the indigenous spirituality of Japan, and its understandings and philosophy are really paramount in Japanese culture and society even today. And in Shintoism, everyone and everything has a soul, and all of those souls are interlinked. And the energy that basically gives us life is thought to be available to everyone and everything, and flowing through that interconnectedness provided by spirit, however you might define that to be. So as that energy flows into us, which it's theorized it's already happening all the time, even though we're not aware of it in our culture, essentially, as that's happening, our body, mind, and spirit are already working with that energy to bring about the best balance and healing that it can in that moment. Essentially, what I'll be doing today is using Usui's techniques to connect with that energy, that source energy, which Reiki translates to spiritually guided life force energy. And I'll be directing more of it to you to support your body, mind, and spirit to do what they already do in your greatest interest. So during the session, you might feel some physical sensations. Emotionally, you may feel some emotions rise up or get released. On the mental level, you may hear your subconscious, or you may be able to mentally parse some things out that you've been struggling with. Intuition might come about, connection to spirit, sudden revelation, or some clarity in some things can come through, or you may have a really great nap, and more than likely, it's going to be some combination of all of the above. You don't have to do anything in order to receive this other than have an open heart and mind. Just go ahead and get into any position that feels comfortable, seated, laying down, doesn't matter. And you don't even have to hold still. You can do some yoga, you can journal, you can read your cards, play the guitar, whatever feels right to you, because this time is all about you. You don't have to focus on anything. You don't have to keep your mind silent. The Reiki will meet you exactly where you are. And if you feel like you need a little help getting reconnected or anything like that, just take a deep breath in and out and it'll bring you right back in. During the session, I will turn on some lovely music and turn it all the way up. So that if you want to learn more about our musical creator, she's linked at the bottom of the description. And I will turn the lights down. They will go slowly and gently from one color to the next, and at no time will they flash or strobe. At the end of the 25-minute session, I'll reopen the chat to everyone, and I'll give you the opportunity to ask any questions, share any feedback, anything like that, share any experiences, and then we'll go on ahead about our day. If you are watching this as a replay, again, hello from the past, you can absolutely enjoy this just as if you were here, because just as we are all interconnected, Reiki energy isn't limited by the bounds of space and time like we as humans are. So you're able to collect this energy regardless of where you're located in the world or when you may be watching this. So hope that you enjoy your session. Those of you who are live, if you ever feel like you need a Reiki session and I'm not live, go on ahead over to the past healing playlist and watch any of the 300 plus videos that are there for you to enjoy any day, any way that you need. Again, thank you so much for being here. It's an honor and a pleasure to share this healing with all of you. If you want to make sure that you have an opportunity to come back, because I'm here 5 times a week, same days, same times, every week, you can subscribe with your notifications on or take a peek at the regular days and times in the description. So let's go ahead over, take a look at that beautiful grid, and get into some healing. Awesome. Just looking at all of the beautiful things in the chat. Hey, Heart, I hope you're well. I keep meaning to reach out to you. For some reason, my texts aren't going through, but I'll be in touch. But tomorrow, like normal, sounds great. Awesome. Loving all of these. Awesome. So everybody go ahead, get nice and comfy. I'm going to start the session. Enjoy this healing, and I will see you all in about 25 minutes. I invite you now to take a deep breath in and out. Thank you so much for joining me today. It was an honor and a pleasure to share this healing with all of you. If you have any questions or anything to share, I invite you to go ahead and use the chat. And thank you all for inspiring such a beautiful grid. You're welcome, Rue. You're welcome, Chris, Hart, Joanna, Catherine. Thank you, everyone. Well said, Patty. And you're very welcome, Hart. Thank you all so much for being exactly the wonderful people that you are. I'm so grateful for all of you. Absolutely means the world that you all are checking in with each other and cheering each other on in the chat. But I'm going to go ahead and bring the stream to a close here with an abundance of gratitude. I have a Reiki 1 class that's starting momentarily, and the classes through September are still currently enrolling. Whether you want to do weekday afternoons or weekends, totally up to you. All those dates are on my website, learnreikiphiladelphia.com. You're so welcome, Lisa. It's good to see you. So everyone have a wonderful rest of your evening. I will be back as usual on Friday at both 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. I hope to see you again soon. Thank you, Rue. Same to you. I hope to see you all again soon. Take care and bye for now.